is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shoshana Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, a number of citizens from the labor force coming together to effect a change on Grand Bahama. For years now, the coalition of concerned citizens has been fighting to reduce the cost of electricity. And tonight, executives of various unions are joining the movement and calling for an immediate reduction. Megan Shepard has our top story.
Began to go down.
Convener of the Coalition for Concerned Citizens, Addie Victor, calling for a major resolution to an ongoing vexing problem. This time, he says it has gotten even worse. Victor says that, according to the NASDAQ website, gas has been on a steady decline since July of this year, going from $112 per barrel to $62.74 per barrel. He says while this is great news globally, there is still an issue here at home.
Despite this tremendous decrease in crude oil prices, Grand Bahama Power Company, Emera, has not reduced the fuel surcharges to their residential and commercial customers. In reviewing the fuel surcharges as shown on the power company website, in July 2014, the fuel surcharges was 14.41 cents per kilowatt hour. And this month, the fuel surcharges are 15.95 cents per kilowatt hour. This represents an actual increase of 11% as compared to July 2014.
Now, Darren Brooks, Vice President of the Bahamas Customs Immigration Allied Workers Union, and Vice President of the Bahamas Hotel Managers Association, Kirkland Russell, are calling on the regulatory boards to step in and do what is right. As representatives of the labor force, they say Grand Bahamians are already dealing with enough economic challenges.
We're calling on the powers that be to not only just look into this, but to bring some positive resolution towards it, because Grand Bahamians simply cannot take any more than they already have been. So let God be our judge.
And in Grand Bahama, we must call a spade a spade. A part of the high unemployment phenomenon in this Grand Bahama is as a direct result of the cost of electricity. Companies have to decide whether they're going to pay their electricity bill or they're going to keep employees employed.
Representative of the Bahamas Customs Immigration Allied Workers Union, Rudy Stubbs, says that now that this information is being brought to light, he is hoping to see major results.
We are faced with the challenge of fuel surcharge still being at a high rate, and there's no compensation. You look around and you see the changes that is happening elsewhere, and we say, what's happening here on Grand Bahama? I feel that, in all honesty, if they're going to correct the situation, then give us a back credit. 6 months, a year, hey, it's only fair.
We calling on the powers to be. The Grand Bahama Power Company is totally not fair to the small man. So we are definitely concerned about that. So we are asking for any rebate. Like I say, any rebate we can get at this time will be highly, highly beneficial to actually members, taxi drivers, especially persons in the 8 Mile Rock area.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Wednesday, a signing ceremony was held to seal the deal between Memories Grand Bahama and the Culinary and Hospitality Management Institute of the College of the Bahamas Northern Campus. Kimberly Mullings has the details.
Memories Grand Bahama Beach and Casino Resort and the College of the Bahamas have signed contracts to better our nation, starting here in the north. The college and the resort will initiate a 4-step program, of which the first to enroll will be all staff members of Memories Grand Bahama, who upon completion will obtain a professional diploma from the institution. Memories General Manager Gabrielle Varela says it is a pleasure to be able to train Bahamians and to help them get an education in their related fields.
We want to give the opportunity to all our co-workers to have a professional development and a professional certificate of their skills. We know that there are all the people that is working with us, they don't have the professional diploma or the professional degree. So we wanna take the opportunity to give them to have a professional degree.
Dr. Rodney Smith, president of the College of the Bahamas, added that he hopes this union between both organizations is only a glimpse of what is to come.
We at the College of the Bahamas welcome this opportunity to work very closely with Memories Hotel. Dr. Denard and Dr. Sophia Roll are the two individuals from the College of the Bahamas that have been spearheading this process with their respective staff, and we are very, very grateful for the opportunity for this public-private partnership, and we look forward to many other kinds of opportunities like this one.
CEO of the Hotel Corporation, David Johnson, says training these individuals toward hospitality excellence is vital for our nation, and he sees this as an opportunity which is beneficial for all participants.
This blends not just the theory of service and hospitality, but also it brings the practice of it home. And I think we have an opportunity, a unique opportunity here in Grand Bahama to merge those two disciplines and take the level of service in Grand Bahama to the highest level anywhere in the region.
Training is set to begin in January 2015. 700 employees will be trained over the course of next year. Kimberly Mellings, ZNS Network News.
Well, the annual early bird sale at Dolly Madison kicking off Thursday morning with an impressive crowd. The sale started at 6 a.m. with various discounts being applied throughout the day. Owner Don Roberts says this is a positive sign that the island is doing much better.
I'm very pleased to say that we're ahead of last year. As we all know, the economy has not been the greatest, but it seems like the Bahamians always come out for Christmas. The appliance section is always probably the biggest section because everyone wants to treat themselves or their family to a new refrigerator, a new stove, or something like that. Surprisingly enough, the furniture is beginning to move again, whereas it's been pretty stagnant for the last few years. So I would say that it is a sign of the times that the economy is on the way back.
Now, Roberts adds that 67 staff members were on hand for the big sale, and as usual, they did a great job keeping shelves fully stocked. He adds that if you missed the big sale on Thursday, there's still time to do your holiday shopping with discounts.
Our sale will be going on right through December the 24th, and we'll be having 20% off store-wide from now until December 24th. The other thing I'd like to point out too is we have an awful lot of nice fresh plants in for Christmas as well, which always brightens up the home. This is the largest inventory we've ever carried, and as you can see by looking at the shelves, despite the fact that we had lines from our front door all the way down to Sawyer's this morning, that was at 6 a.m., our shelves are still very full, so it's an indication of the quantity of inventory that we have, and we have an awful lot of new items as well.
Stay with us, there's more news on the other side of this break.
Happy holidays from all of us here at the ZNS Network. To share all the love that you have with everyone.
Welcome back. The 2015 Junkanoo Parade is just weeks away, and all groups are hard at work putting their costumes together for the grand event. Brightly colored costumes, rhythmic dance routines, and Junkanoo music are all promised for the upcoming New Year's Day Parade. The Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee announced the lineup of groups for the parade. Director of Culture, Dr. Linda Moxie Brown, says the entire community is looking forward to having a wonderful time.
We are certainly looking forward to an awesome time, a wonderful parade, and I want to say, may the best group, I don't care how many you have, I don't care what you're looking like. Remember, the judges see things that you probably do not see and understand. But the best group, whether you're coming out first, second, or ninth, the best group is going to take home the top prize.
Now, Showtime Junkanoo Group will be first out of the gate. The Superstar Rockers will be right behind, followed by the Classic Dancers. The Swingers Junkanoo Group will be next. They will be followed by the Bayshore Warriors, 5th, then Kingdom Culture 6th, and the top performers will follow. The Harbor Boys is 8th in the lineup with Platinum Knights in the 9th spot. Also in Division B, the Bushwhackers and the Western Star Titans Junkanoo Group.
Remember, what you do in this stage will show our younger generations who are coming up to take over from you that you are responsible and that you can do it right. It's a fun time. It's the most formative expression of our culture that you're showcasing not only to Grand Bahamians and Bahamians throughout the Bahamas, but you're showcasing to the world. And we would want persons to come every year to see this spectacular event.
Well, of course, the parade is set for New Year's evening downtown Freeport, and plans are already underway for the City of Freeport Council's Junior Junkanoo Parade slated for January 31st, 2015. Our Kimberly Mullins attended a press conference at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and she tells us that this year's preparations are high.
With just over a month to go, students are preparing for the 16th Annual Junior Junkanoo Parade. Chief Counselor for the City of Freeport, Shavita Campbell, says Junior Junkanoo is a part of Bahamian culture that should be celebrated by our youth.
It's been 16 years and counting. And from the inception, it is our baby. It is something that we hold near and dear to us. And so therefore, as schools participate and as they get ready to hit the streets, we want them to hit the streets with unity, love, and understand that our culture is something that has to be embedded and taught from birth.
Frazette Gibson, counselor responsible for Junior Junkanoo, says she hopes that Bahamians can eventually do away with the idea of participating in Junkanoo for fun and actually compete in the parade.
We need to look at culture very differently, because I don't think the principals know the importance of Junior Junkanoo and what it does to our culture. We have a lot of schools that come out as fun groups. I think that needs to be done away with, because Junkanoo is about costume, crepe papers, music, glue, contact, and it's not about just coming out for fun, and I don't think that they're gaining much from doing that.
32 schools across the island will participate in the preschool, primary, all-age, junior, and secondary divisions this year. According to Kevin Clarke, Tabernacle Baptist Christian Academy will join the parade for the first time, and Lavender Roberts from Sunland says the school is looking forward to rushing in January.
We're getting our feet wet, so we will go out as a fun group, but I'm guaranteeing you that the music that you would be about to hear will knock you off your feet.
And our young people need to be encouraged to know that there is hope, and we're coming out as celebrating life.
Representatives from all of the participating schools received a donation of crepe paper from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture to assist with costume making. Kimberly Mullins, ZNS Network News.
Finally, news this evening, many women and men afflicted with cancer say she was a sister, confidant, and friend. Tonight, 2 women who have been diagnosed with the dreaded disease are talking about how past president of the Cancer Society, Dorothy Clarke, has inspired them to beat cancer and live. She was the earthly source of strength as they battled the dreaded disease cancer. Kimberly Brown recalls being diagnosed in 2013 and remembers how she met Dorothy Clarke, a woman who has inspired her to remain optimistic despite all odds.
She let me know that God is in control of my life, and why should I worry about this cancer that came to afflict my body? God is in control. She said, live, be happy, give God thanks. And God is, every time that woman talks to me, somewhere she's fit God in there. So, you know, that's what she left with me.
For Dulcie Garland, she says the doctor prognosis was not looking very bright. And while she wanted to give up, she came to know a woman who fought cancer many times and told her why it was important for her to fight.
I knew Dorothy before, but she found me. The week I came back, she found me and she called me and she said, I told her, I said, well, there's nothing else that the doctors can do. I'm going to start treatment, but they don't have very good prognosis. And she said to me, stop that. We speak in life, we're not speaking about death. And then she started quoting scriptures, and she ended that conversation with, I love you, I love you, I love you.
But they believe that her legacy lives on.
Even up to yesterday, when I thought I was comforting them and I went to their house, they were like, they turned the conversation around and they said, well, how are you doing? And I walked away from that house and I said, Dorothy lives on. because the same qualities that she has, I saw in her daughters. And so looking at Dorothy and the life that she led, she taught me how to fight this disease with strength, faith, and courage. And she taught me that no matter what, you go on and you fight until the end. And that is what I'm prepared to do. And just like how she inspired me, I hope I can inspire somebody else. And I hope with the grace of Jehovah that I could fight just as long and just as hard as she did.
Dorothy Colley was presented the Susan Andrews Award, which is given to a person who has gone above and beyond the call of duty. She was also presented a special award by the wife of the Prime Minister, Bernadette Christie. Dorothy Zalma Knowles Colley died last Tuesday morning at the age of 67.
Hey everybody, welcome to Sports and Ricardo Live. When this one goes out to Steve Burrows, who's celebrating a milestone tomorrow. The B3A's End of Year Awards will have a new twist to it. Well, more than just a twist, okay? It's actually going to be divided into two sections, here in the north and in the south.
The Bahamas Association Athletic Association's End of Year Award ceremony is scheduled for December 30th. It'll be held at the Bishop Michael Ludden Auditorium.
This year, the organizing committee, under the leadership of Mr. Kurt Hollingsworth in Nassau, our immediate past president, he has decided to split off Grand Bahama and Abaco and allow us to have our own award ceremony. And we are grateful for that. It's easier for the athletes, it's easier for the fans, for the family, and their related contacts in Grand Bahama. This year, on the 30th of December, we are hosting the event at this very location, starting at 6:30 in the afternoon. We are going to be honoring all of the national team members from the Carifta on up to the Commonwealth Games, senior and junior athletes, all included.
The athletes of the day are making their mark all over the world. The trailblazers that set the stage will also be honored during the awards banquet.
We will be honoring Grand Bahama's first female president of the Bahamas of the GB3As. We will be honoring the GB3A's first president in the person of Mr. Patton Monroe. We'll be honoring the Grand Bahama's first marathon winner in the person of Father Donald Kerr from the West End area. We will be honoring Fletcher Lewis from the Pinnis Point and Lewis Yard area, who's the first Olympian and national record holder in the long jump. We'll be honoring Mr. Basil Namor posthumously, who of course was the first father of sports in Grand Bahama, and I believe the only Bahamian to have sponsored that entire Carifta team. We will also be going in the east and honoring Mr. Drexel Pinder, who was really the first track and field star from that area. So we're covering the entire island of Grand Bahama.
Well, basketball play in the Crusaders Invitational for you. Let me give you some scores. Let me tell you, Ridley College out of Canada defeating St. George's 45-48. Morrock down Bishop Michael Ludden 47-29. Jack Hayward with Granville Academy 56-39. Sunland bag the Bridges Igmar Rock 49-28. Ridley also rolling by the Crusaders in a good one for you 49-31. Jack Hayward 56. BAHAMAS Warriors 38. Tabernacle undefeated so far. They defeated St. John's 49-21. Now the finals are set for Saturday. It's going to be carried live on radio. ZNS 3, 18 and 104.5 FM. I love the play-by-play for you. It's going to be a good one. And don't forget also up there, Jack Hayward Gym. It's a 3-ounce basketball tournament. That finals is set for 4 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have all the details come Monday. But for right now, that's a wrap on sports.